Police? Cars all over the site. WTF is going on here? Never taking that road at night again. B12 hunting and camping with dad in Bankhead Forest. Has road that runs through middle of forest, no lights, just trees on both sides. Finished camping and started heading back toward our home. See a large tree in middle of road, pull up to it and stop. There is no way to drive around it, it takes up the whole 1-lane road. Dad says he is going to move it, looks at me and says load and bring that shotgun. He doesn't get out till I do. I don't ask questions cause he is abusive, and if I ask him the reasoning about a decision he has made, he takes it as disrespect and beats me. We walk out toward it, shotgun in hand, and he moves it out of the way, no prob. Get back in the car rather quickly, it seemed he almost ran. Drive away, he turns around and makes a stress-relieving grunt. I turn around too. 3 guys come out of woods dragging the tree into the same spot, then run back. Another true story of mine. Driving around at night doing something. Fog is thick as pea soup. No moon tonight, so it is especially dark. Driving slow as heck, taking my time. Green Mazda pulls up at the end of the street in front of me. I don't want to get in his way, so I pull over and let him take the turn before me. He sits and doesn't take the turn. Whatever, after like 2 minutes I give up on waiting and start driving. Immediately he U-turns and pulls up behind me. Whatever, I gave this douche his chance to go around me. Continue driving down the street at 5 km/h. The Mazda tailgates me down the whole block with his high beams on. Starting to get creeped out, what is this guy's problem? I slow down to 2 km/h, no one in their right mind would tailgate a guy who is traveling at walking speed. The Mazda flashes his high beams, then peels the fuck out down the street. Haha, asshole owned, so I thought. About 20 minutes later, finish doing in road slowly. Have a 20 km drive down a rural Texas road. Can't see shit. It's so annoyingly foggy. Only car on the road as far as I can tell. No one behind me. Get about halfway down the stretch of road I'm very familiar with. All of a sudden, out of literally nowhere, high beams blare behind me. God damn it, where did this guy come from? Why can't I just drive home in peace? I turn on my blinkers and pull over to the safety lane. The car behind me takes the hint and speeds up past me. The car then slows down whenever it gets parallel with my car. What? I look to my right. Holy shit, it's the green Mazda. Its windows are tinted completely black, something that is very illegal to have in Texas. Start to feel legitimate fear. This car isn't normal. This situation isn't normal. I'm in the middle of nowhere. He could kill me and get away with it. Hands start sweating. My heart starts beating like mad. The only feeling I can relate to my situation is the feel when you're getting ganked by a rogue, but more intense. Sorry for the lame WoW reference. While I panic, the Mazda pulls up in front of me in the safety lane, then slams on his brakes. Does he not care about his car? By some miracle of God, I avoiding rear-ending him, swerving back onto the road. Literally about to cry. About 8 kilometers until the next residential area, and it's seriously too foggy to hightail it. Few years ago had to help my sister move up to Michigan for uni. PA fag here. Driving back from Michigan. In Ohio down some stretch of road. Getting dark, all I see for miles is soybean and corn fields. About 9 p.m. and I'm alone on this stretch of road, no cars around. Have my highs on because it was a bit foggy that night. Notice something lying on the side of the road about 50 yards up. Get closer and see it's a fucking guy laying face down. No car or anything, just the guy. Mild nope.jpg. Pull up next to him and yell out, "Need some." Before I can say help, the fucker starts to move and I notice something reflect the moonlight between him and the ground. Floor it. I look in my rear view and see the guy staring at my car with a fucking machete in hand. Glance back at road, then back to guy. He starts to lay back down in the same spot. MFW just got out of there in time. Single-handedly the scariest shit that's ever happened to me on the road. I'm interested. In the meantime, I'm gonna post a friend's story. Befriend. Driving his K5 Blazer. It's not that late, but it's winter and it was already dark. He gets on a back road to avoid traffic. Out of nowhere a car comes right up to his bumper. This guy is honking, flashing his high beams. My friend pulls over. He's not in a mood to argue. Car goes around him. It's a shitty Civic. He waits so he can get a good distance between him and the Civic. After 5 minutes he gets back on the road. He pulls into a gas station. The Civic is parked there too. Again, he told me he wasn't in the mood to argue, so he fills up and drives away again. He's about to get on the main road when the Civic showed up again. He just speeds up this time. The Civic is honking at him again. My friend then turns onto the main road. The Civic stops. Friend gets out, starts yelling at him. As he's walking towards the car, it backs up and speeds away. He gets back in his truck and drives home. He's been down that road after that, but no Civic. I think it was just some guy trying to fuck with him. Though he couldn't see a driver cause it was nighttime. I have more stories from me and my other friends as well if anybody is interested. B23. Driving home at about 3:30 a.m. because I work a night job. Heading along the country roads that lead to the small town where I live. Road is completely fucking deserted, not a single person around for miles. Or so I thought. Rough-looking black beat-up car starts to pull out from a runoff road to the side of me. Looks like someone painted it with a fucking brush and a few cans of fence paint or some shit. After I've passed, he pulls out, and switches his lights off. I don't like the looks of this Scoob.png. Can sort of see him in my rear view mirror speeding up, and slowing down depending on how fast I'm going. Maybe it's just by chance. Yeah. Chance? I'm being paranoid. Pull over to let him pass. He also starts to pull over. Fuck. Guy follows me all the way back to the edge of town bumper to bumper, honks at me a few times as well. This shit isn't just coincidence. This guy isn't fucking finding out where I live. Reach the two roads that lead into town, and the other back into the countryside. Indicate left for the town, and slowly turn in, before suddenly steering right, and fucking flooring it back into the country. Motherfucker wasn't expecting that. See him trying to quickly turn back to my direction, but I dim my lights and slip away from him by taking multiple turns down roads I've never fucking been on before. Go to friend's house the next town over, and tell him what happened. Just gives me a worried look and tells me that the same shit happened to him a few weeks ago when heading home from his girlfriend's place. Claims that the driver overtook him and slowed down trying to force him to a stop. Nope.avi. Mine. Green text is lame, so deal. Spend most of my one day off usually on /x/ playing video games, and just relaxing, and like to end the night with a peaceful drive down Tropical Trail in Merritt Island, Florida. beautiful scenic drive, especially at sunset, as it's 5 feet from the bank of the river on one side and the most luxurious houses around are on the other side of the road. Occasionally like to burn one while listening to Mysterious Universe, but not on this occasion. Was just fighting all day with girlfriend and didn't have anything to burn, so I was just vibing to some music on my new system. We just got a cold front, so it was foggy as all hell. Since the point of the island this road is on is surrounded by water and only 100 feet or so wide in most spots. It's 2 in the morning, so it was one of the rare occasions the peaceful road was creepy and ominous. About 5 minutes into the drive, I see a 20-something-year-old girl walking on the side of the road dressed in jeans and a flannel shirt that was too big for her. Think it's really weird to be just walking around on this road with no streetlights at 2 a.m. in the fog, but I really wasn't in the mood to give a crap. When I passed, I tried to get a good look at her face and it kind of looked like she was smiling, so I was just like, okay, whatever, at least she's okay. So a couple songs later I decide I should turn around so I don't have to go on the main road, then over the causeway back beachside, and I begin looking for a good spot to pull a U-turn or a driveway. But before I get the chance to turn around, I see a figure starting to make its way through the fog. I thought it was weird to see one person this late, but 2 is unheard of. But this person wasn't walking. I had slowed down because the fog was even thicker than before, and I didn't want to endanger anyone else that might have been with them. But then I realize the person is wearing jeans, and the exact same flannel shirt. It's the same girl I just saw. Same hair, same clothes, same facial features, same smile. Just standing there, facing the road. Needless to say, I didn't turn my car around, and took the long way home. I didn't know if the Matrix just glitched, or people were having fun and taking advantage of the fog to freak people out, but I now am on high alert whenever I drive down that road nowadays. My friend lives on that road and it was raining one night, and he was about 500 feet from home when he thought he saw a person in the middle of the road, and braked and swerved at the same time, and totaled his truck on his neighbor's tree. When he got out, nobody was even around. But other than that, he hasn't seen anything. Sorry it was so long, but I don't have many stories, and it was nice to share one of my only ones in a relevant thread. Once again, I'm gonna post another story. I do a shitload of driving, especially at night, so I have lots of scary/weird stories. Be summer. In Florida again. This time I was in Siesta Keys. I was in a small town there. Like, really small. It was a beachside town, so I could go to the beach in the morning. I'm coming back to the place I was staying with my parents. I go around the roundabout before the main road to our little rental house. Some faggot in his Nissan is going the wrong way and we almost collide. He backs up and goes the right way. Get on the main road. No street lights. I see movement in my rear view mirror. Looks like the same Nissan. Commerce erratic driving. I begin to swerve, brake, speed up, fake several turns. Nothing loses this fag. Fuck this. When in doubt, flat out. Doing 60 down the main road. This nibba is still behind me. I cut out my lights and swerve nit the oncoming lane.